Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. We have another Raptors video for you. First off, thank you guys so much for 7,000 subscribers. It is truly crazy. I can't really put it into words. Thank you guys, especially Raptor Nation, for all the love you guys have been showing in the last week or so. I mean, it's really been unreal. So with that being said, this is my last day with guaranteed Wi-Fi, so I wanted to get this video out to you guys. Might have some old highlights playing in the background, but I'm just not sure when the next time I'll have consistent Wi-Fi is. So I wanted to talk about this. I've actually really briefly talked about it in a video before, but I was basically watching an Amateur Hour Sports video, and he got a comment on it, and I don't want to give out the name, just you know how I feel about giving out names without their permission, but basically, he kind of said they're a superstar away from demolishing the league. And this is what I talked about. I don't know if it was 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Was talking about the future roster for the Toronto Raptors. And we've elaborated on the defense and just how switchable they are and how long they are, how big they are. I think I made a typo in my last video. They have 11 players at 6 feet 8 inches tall or higher. So they're extremely versatile, and basically kind of going from this comment, you really can bring any type of player, any type of superstar onto this roster, and you'd still find out a way to work. All the players, most of the players on the Toronto Raptors starting lineup, they all can play multiple different positions. So you're really a superstar away in a couple of years. Maybe if the development continues at the pace they've been going at, maybe OG takes it another step, Gary Trent Jr. takes another step, which I'll talk about here in just a couple of minutes because I really want to talk about those two guys specifically. But I mean, look at this Raptors team. You've got Fred VanVleet, you've got Siakam, Gary Trent, OG. You got all these players who can put up like 20 on any given night. Pascal's going to average 20 plus. Fred VanVleet was 0.4 away from it last season. Gary Trent Jr., everyone's kind of hoping he continues ascending to the player, whatever his maximum potential is. Really, I love him. He's a Duke guy. So, I mean, Gary Trent Jr. could take an offensive step up as well. Then you've got OG. I've seen people say OG's dropping. I've even said OG's dropping 25 to start the season with Siakam out. I think his offensive leap last season was really cool. So you're a superstar away. Personally, I think if they were to get like a center superstar, maybe I'm not necessarily sold on Karl Anthony Towns, but the Raptors definitely have what it could take to get Karl Anthony Towns. I'm just talking more about a player of his potential, kind of like a young superstar, someone who fits it. Karl Anthony Towns' defense has been kind of suspect sometimes. However, I put a lot of the blame on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Their defense is just, last season, it was so bad that it's like Cat's guarding. Everyone's just driving right through their guards. So, of course, Cat's going to either get scored on, hack them, maybe get a stop, maybe get a block, who knows. But I thought it was just a cool comment because this is what I've been talking about. I don't know, if you're a superstar, I don't know why you wouldn't want to come to Toronto. There wasn't like that crazy of a free agency this season with big names. So next season, it's just absolutely loaded unless all these guys go into their player option. Some of them are restricted as every year, but like a center maybe. Imagine if the Raptors somehow got like Joel Embiid. I mean, it would be game over. So what I'm trying to get at is all these guys are continuing to develop. So I don't know if they got a superstar like right now, if they would make the finals and win the finals. I don't know if the potential has developed like that much. I mean, you're still hoping a lot of different things with Scotty Barnes, but they have a lot of proven players on this team that are on their way up. That leads me into Fred VanVleet. I just want to talk about kind of this backcourt. Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent, even a little bit of OG. Fred VanVleet, you guys know I live here in Chicago. My Rockford guy, I mean, he's only 27 years old. He's a very good defender, really good defender, and almost averaged 20 points per game. I've seen a lot of people wanting Gary Trent Jr. to take leadership of this Toronto Raptors offense, but it goes to what's so bad about this offense is it is kind of hard to process sometimes when you look at Siakam. You're like, all right, that's a guaranteed 20 point per game average right there. You've got Fred VanVleet. He's going to put up some numbers. Now you have Gary Trent Jr. So it's going to be awesome to see just the whole roster healthy eventually once Pascal's back. But Gary Trent Jr., he's got a shot. He absolutely went off in the bubble. He was the best defender for the Blazers in the bubble as well. He's a good two-way player, solid 3-and-D-esque guy. Gary Trent Jr. could take that step up, and then you got OG taking this step up. So I see a lot of people, whenever I make a prediction and I say like the Raptors, I think my prediction is the Raptors get the 5th seed and move on to the second round, probably lose it there. But I don't understand why some people don't think that they're going to make the playoffs or even necessarily the playing game, because it's a lot of it comes down to the offense. But a lot of these offensive guys, like a lot of them are proven. Especially, I know a lot of you guys don't want Goran Dragic in a Raptors uniform, but I mean, that's even more than merrier, right? So I look at the top 10, I look at the top 11 on this squad. I'm like, it's a playoff team, man. I don't understand. They were 4th in the East last season before injuries and COVID bugs. So you never know what might happen. That's really it for today. I just kind of wanted to talk about a fun little topic here for Friday. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. That's really all I got for you. Let me know your comments down below, and I will see you guys later. Maybe let's aim for 250 likes on today's video. Once again, Raptor Nation, thank you guys so much. It's so hard to process. Like, I'm just going back to school, and I'll process it then, because this is awesome. I'm very much looking forward to the rest of the season. So, thank you guys for watching. Peace.